All right.
Where you want to start right now?
I want
AD, you are a bright guy. We love talking to you. You're a great basketball mind. First, two-parter. One, are you coming to L.A. for the All-Star Weekend? Secondly,
heck no.
Save the All-Star Weekend. AD does what?
Okay, first, I am not coming to L.A. I will be in Kansas City at my daughter's volleyball tournament.
Very nice.
Triple Crown.
Nice.
I will be there.
Good luck.
Saving the All-Star Weekend?
Can you? Or should we just should we get over? Honestly, Eddie, real question.
Yes.
Should we just get over it?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Yes.
That's fair.
I mean, honestly, because I think about when I was growing up, the most exciting thing for me during All-Star Weekend was the dunk contest.
Yes.
I'm 50 years old now, right? So if I go back to, let's just give me a year. Give me 1995, okay? Let's just say the dunk contest in 1995, I had no idea who was in it. It would have been my
That sounds like Isaiah Ryder era.
No.
Go ahead.
Okay, that would have been my sophomore year in college. But you think about this, right? That is, what's this, 26? That's 31 years ago. How many more dunks can you do?
Yeah.
Like, it comes to a point where it's going to lose steam. The All-Star Game, man, listen, we can sit here and we can try and we can do all the gimmicks and we can try all these little tricks to get guys to play harder. Good luck, man.
No.
Good luck.
I'm with you on that. I think the ship has sailed.
Well, why the dunk?
Me too.
Real quick, both of y'all. If we had Zion, Ant Edwards, Ja Morant, and then maybe just throwing a middling guy.
It's been such a long gap between what you're talking about and that day. I hear what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about the dunk contest?
Yeah, I'm saying, wouldn't that be crazy?
That sounds great. I mean, that sounds fantastic. Yeah, just like we could have said this years ago if LeBron was in it.
I know.
But that's just not. I mean, that's not the case. Like, tell me what. And let's be honest here. Let's be honest. What is the motivation for Ja Morant or Zion?
There is none.
There is none. You're right.
Right. What's the motivation for them to do it?
What was the motivation for Nick and Jordan?
But other than in that day and age, and this is, it was to promote the sport. That's what this is supposed to be for the fans, and they've lost sight of that. They don't care or don't. If you don't even feel like you need to play because people paid $400 for tickets for their family, seriously, and you don't feel like I have to play.
I agree.
How in the world could you feel like you're going to debate promote the game?
You know the biggest difference for me from we're talking about Dominique and Michael Jordan and all that they did back in the 90s, and you can go back to Isaiah Thomas and Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. You know the biggest difference? Those guys weren't making $40, $50, $60, and $70 million a year.
That's the challenge right there. When you got so much money.
But I will say this, and I know it's on a different, but the baseball All-Star Game, and I love baseball, has not changed. And guys don't throw slow. Guys don't not participate. Aaron Judge has been in the home run contest. He's one of the greatest home run hitters ever, and he's won it a couple times. My point is that in July, that's for baseball. That's that night you tune in and you watch it, and those guys still play, and they make a lot of money. Ohtani's making $7.
I can tell you the thing I'm not big on. I'm not big on comparing and contrasting sports, and I'm not big on comparing and contrasting sports to 9 to 5.
No. I get that, but I'm just saying those guys make a ton of money, and Ohtani would never bow out from the All-Star Game. It wouldn't happen.
That's a completely different sport and a completely different game. Totally. You know what you don't do in a baseball All-Star Game?
Run.
You don't have contact.
Yeah, but you can't give me. But Antonio, I'll push back. Give me the big injury that you had in the All-Star Game where some guy career was ruined, because you can't give me one.
I can't have one.
You can't give me one. But you can't give me one, and that's not the reason that they're not playing. They use that as an excuse. That's not
the reason that they're not playing hard is because they're making 50, 60, 70.
No, it's because they don't care. It's because they don't care about the fans. Because it's about the fans, and that's the disconnect. Is that they don't care.
Okay.
They don't.
Okay, I will say this though, and this is another big difference in the two, because we had this conversation a week ago on our show about the disconnect between players and fans. Because you know what else Michael Jordan and those guys didn't have to deal with? Social media.
That is the game. Any issue we have,
therein
lies the thing.
Hold on, Kelvin. So what I'm saying is this. Michael Jordan didn't truly know what fans felt about him. Like, think about like a guy like Kevin Durant.
I think you're Antonio. I think you're giving those guys. You're letting them off the hook. If you don't understand how the game was built and what this does for fans, that used to be the hottest thing.
Rob,
you notice the All-Star Game was the hottest weekend, bigger than the baseball All-Star Game, bigger than the Pro Bowl, and it's not there anymore. People don't even watch it.
Rob, I'm simply talking about the disconnect between players and fans. Because now, through social media, fans have access to players.
They do. That's true.
So now I can hear all the hate.
But on the flip side, you hear all LeBron fans who will stand up for LeBron, and no matter what he does or says. So on the flip side, that's nice. But he has all these followers, and they all love him, and they all come to attack anybody. They're all attached to all my videos. So I get the hate. But they also get the love, and they get a chance to talk to those fans directly without having to go through the sportscasters.
Let me ask you guys a question. Growing up, if you look back at your life, do you remember things that were said to you that were encouraging or things that were said to you that were negative?
No, we already know. I tell people all the time, if you post an Instagram picture and 99 people say, wow, you look good, wow, that's nice, and the one person, oh, that's ugly, you need to take it down. That's the one that's going to get your attention. I agree with that.
I can still remember to this day things that were said to me in high school when I was 5'2" about where my basketball career would go. There were a million people along the way that told me I would make it. I can tell you the name of certain guys in high school that told me I wouldn't.
Yeah, it's human nature.
People always remember the negative, Rob. I'm not saying the positive doesn't happen, but fans, which is what you're talking about, is completely different than the hate that some of these guys get.
I just think you owe something to the game, and to promote the game is all I'm saying. That's it. And you can't get for one night. Because on the summer, they go to the basketball and they ball out at UCLA in the summer. They don't play like that. And so when they tell me they don't want to get hurt, ain't nobody playing like that in the summer when they go to these places and play in these gyms and have their games in the offseason. Nobody plays like that.
I agree with what you're saying, but I will also say on the other end, Rob, guys ain't playing like that no more.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
Guys ain't playing like what you're referencing right now. Like, I had this conversation with our training staff a week ago. Guys are not playing the way they did in the other guys are training.
I know.
Right. That's
AD,
sad.
We're up against it, man.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you as always.
Thanks for the combo.
Sure. Appreciate it, fellas.
All right, Rob, so they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts, and while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share. Do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.